Hello students, welcome to English class. In today's English class, we are going to start a new chapter. That is chapter number 7, The Television Chocolate Room. It's on page number 65 in your Gulmohar book. Kids, this is a very interesting chapter and it is an excerpt from the movie Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which was written by Roald Dahl. Okay, it was written by a person named Roald Dahl. Okay, in this chapter you can see that there is a person named Willy Wonka. What's his name? Willy Wonka. He is the owner of a very big chocolate factory and he wants somebody as a heir to his factory. Means somebody should take care of his factory after him. He is looking for somebody like that. So what he does is that he hides 5 golden tickets in his chocolates and sends them all over the world. And whoever finds this ticket will get a tour of the chocolate factory. Okay. So Charlie is a little boy. He bought Willy Wonka's chocolate and he found the golden ticket inside the chocolate. Okay. So because he found a golden ticket, he gets to go inside the chocolate factory along with his grandpa Joe. Okay, he and his grandpa got a chance to go and visit Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. Okay, so Willy Wonka, when he is showing them around the chocolate factory, they go to a big room which has a huge television in it. Okay, and what happens is this television produces a chocolate. Okay, on the screen of this television there will be a chocolate and you can pick that chocolate and eat it. Okay, this is what Willy Wonka had invented. How interesting, right? Okay, and in this chapter you can see Oompa Loompas. Oompa Loompas are tiny people who work in Willy Wonka's factory. Okay, so this chapter, which is in your book, is mainly about one single room, which has a very big television and it is called as a testing room. Okay, the whole scene happens in the testing room, which has a very big television, and the television produces chocolates which you can just pick it from the television and eat it. Okay, so we will see how interesting and what happens in this chapter. Okay, so all of you please open page number 65 in your Gulmohar book. Let's begin with the reading. Okay, yes, please go to page number 65. So kids, as you see on the screen, you can see Willy Wonka's golden ticket. The ticket which he has kept in each and every chocolate. 5 chocolates with this ticket. Whoever gets the ticket is a winner. This is the golden ticket. And you can see Willy Wonka has signed it. And he has also written where the kids, whoever wins this ticket has to meet him at the front gate of the factory. You can see the details. And this is the golden ticket. Okay, so let's begin with the reading. Please go to page number 65. Willy Wonka, the owner of the largest and the most famous chocolate factory in the world, wants to find an heir for his factory. So he hides golden tickets in 5 chocolates and sends them to all over the world. The five children who find these tickets and their guardians go on a tour of Wonka's fabulous chocolate factory. So kids, who are guardians? Guardians are someone who takes care of the kids, but not parents. Okay, someone other than parents who take care of their kids are called as guardians. So when children find this golden ticket, they can take one of their guardian and go into the factory. Okay, so what will happen inside the factory? He shows them his latest inventions and discusses how he comes up with his special ideas for making new chocolates. By the time the group reaches the final testing room, only 2 children, Mike TV and Charlie Bucket, remain. Okay, so totally there were 5 tickets, right? There were 5 tickets. 5 children were selected along with their guardians to go into the chocolate factory. But as they reached the last room, which was the last room? The last room was the testing room, okay, which had a big television. Only 2 children were left. All the other children were sent out or they lost the challenge, something like that. In the end, सिर्फ 2 बच्चे थे. One is Mike TV, and the other one is Charlie Bucket. Okay, fine. Mike TV had come along with his father, and Charlie Bucket went with his grandpa. His name is Joe. Grandpa Joe. Okay. So, understood the story so far? I have a picture here for you where you can see Willy Wonka. This is Willy Wonka. This is Charlie, and the small tiny people you can see, they are the Oompa Loompas. Okay. The tiny people whom you see there, they are called as Oompa Loompas. Here. This is a Oompa Loompa. Okay. Fine. Okay, let's go ahead. The TV family, together with Charlie and Grandpa Joe, stepped into a dazzling bright room. Mr. Wonka handed each of them a pair of dark glasses and said, "Put these on quick. The light could blind you." Okay. The first room in your chapter is the room which has a very huge TV. It is called as a testing room. Okay. So who all gets into the room? The TV family. The TV family means Mike TV, he is a small boy, and his father. Along with them, it was Charlie and his grandpa. You can see this is Charlie and this is his grandpa, Grandpa Joe, and Willy Wonka. All 5 of them step into a dazzling bright room. What is the meaning of dazzling? Dazzling means a very shiny, okay, a very shiny bright room. Mr. Wonka handed them a pair of डार्क ग्लासेस. ये रूम इतना ब्राइट था तो ठीक से दिखाई देने के लिए डार्क ग्लासेस दिया. किसने दिया? वोंका, विली वोंका ने सबको एक एक डार्क ग्लास दिया और उसको पहनने के लिए बोला, और ये भी बोला कि पुट दिस ऑन क्विक, दिस लाइट कुड ब्लाइंड यू. वो इतना ब्राइट था कि आपको ठीक से दिखाई नहीं देगा. इट कैन ब्लाइंड यू. दैट इज व्हाट ही सेड. ओके, सो किड्स, हु इज दिस? दिस इज विली वोंका. See, this is Willy Wonka. He always wears a hat, and behind Willy Wonka you can see the 5 children who were selected. Okay, so this is Willy Wonka. When you just imagine about Willy Wonka, you can think about him as a person who is dressed in bright colors and he has a big hat. Okay, let's move on. As soon as Charlie had his glasses on, he was able to look around him in comfort. Okay, उसके पहले है ना ठीक से दिखाई नहीं दे रहा था क्योंकि वो रूम इतना ब्राइट था. वो काला चश्मा पहनने के बाद they could see comfortably. Okay, next. He saw a long, narrow room with white walls and floors. The room was completely bare except at the far ends. So how was the room? The room was narrow. Narrow का मतलब क्या है? पतला और लंबा. It was not a squared shaped room. It was something more of a rectangle shape का room था. Narrow room. Okay, with white walls and floors. उसका walls और floors दोनों white color में था. Okay, the room was bare. Room was bare मतलब almost काली था room. Bare means काली. Except at the far ends. What is the meaning of far ends? Room के दोनों end में कुछ था. बाकी जगह काली था. Let's see what was there in the room. At one of these ends, there was an enormous camera on wheels. What is the meaning of enormous? Enormous means huge. बहुत बड़ा कैमरा था जो wheel पे चल रहा था. Okay, just imagine a huge camera with wheels. Okay, this is in the one end. This is in one end of the room. Okay, and an army of Oompa Loompas. Who are Oompa Loompas? Oompa Loompas are tiny people. An army of Oompa Loompas wearing bright red space suits. Okay, they were wearing bright red space suits. Okay, ये जो tiny people थे, they were working in this room and they were wearing bright red space suits. Okay, and what were they working? They were oiling the joints of the camera. Okay, let's read. An army of Oompa Loompas wearing bright red space suits was working there, oiling its joints and cleaning the lens in complete silence. They were working in complete silence There was no sound, nothing, and they were doing their job. What job were they doing? Oiling its joints and cleaning the lens in complete silence. Okay, and in the other end, this is in one end of the room has a huge camera, and the other end of the room, another Oompa Loompa. There was one Oompa Loompa also in space suit. This Oompa Loompa was also wearing a space suit and was sitting at a black table. Where was he sitting? He was sitting at a black table, gazing matlab gurna, gazing at a very large television screen. He was gazing at a very large television screen. You can see this picture of a Oompa Loompa sitting and gazing at the television on page number 65 of your book. Okay. Watching them, Charlie had a vague sense of danger. What is the meaning of vague? Vague means he's not sure if there is something wrong, but he kind of had a slight doubt. Okay, vague मतलब थोड़ा सा डाउट उसको हुआ कि यहाँ कुछ डेंजरस तो नहीं है. बिकॉज क्योंकि उसने उम्फा लूम्पा को देखा. उम्फा लूम्पा आर नॉट नॉर्मल साइज पीपल, दे आर शॉर्ट टाइनी पीपल, एंड वो लोग ऐसे रेड कलर ड्रेस में भी थे. सो चार्ली वॉज सेंसिंग सम काइंड ऑफ डेंजर. उसको लगा यहाँ ये जगह डेंजरस तो नहीं है, ऐसे एक थॉट आया चार्ली में. ओके, सो स्टूडेंट्स, यू विल हैव टू रिमेंबर हाउ टू डिस्क्राइब द रूम. ओके, दिस इज कॉल्ड एज अ टेस्टिंग रूम. ये रूम को आपको डिस्क्राइब करना है बिकॉज इट इज इन द क्वेश्चन आंसर. सो प्लीज read the question answer, how to describe this room. It was narrow, the floors and walls were white in color. The room was bare except for the far ends. एक end में there was a huge camera on wheels and in the other end there was a huge television. बस ये टेस्टिंग रूम में सिर्फ दो ही चीज था. One was a big camera with wheels and in the other end there was a television, and the walls and floors of this room was white in color and it was a narrow room जो खाली था. Okay, so please read this chapter, page number 65. We will continue with the chapter in the next class, and I have an assignment for you. Please complete that assignment too. Okay, thank you so much for your time. I will see you in the next class. Bye bye.